Lesson study is another collaborative observation technique that the reflective practitioner can use. Lesson study was developed in Japan for teachers to systematically examine their practice. The goal of lesson study is to improve the effectiveness of teaching and the experiences of the teachers, and therefore the experience of learning of the students. The core activity in lesson study is for teachers to collaboratively work on a small number of what they call study lessons. And these study lessons are so called because they're used by the group to examine particular aspects of practice. The first part of the study lesson process is research and preparation. This is where the group of teachers jointly together draw up a detailed plan for the particular lesson. The lesson plan is not constructed by an individual, but by the group. And then the next phase is implementation. This is where one teacher will actually teach the study lesson whilst being observed by the other group members. And after this, there is reflection and improvement. This is where the group, after the lesson, will come together and discuss their observations and the reflections of the implementation of that lesson. There can be then a second implementation. This is optional, but after the first discussion and reflection phase, and the teacher may go back and teach the lesson again, or another teacher may teach that lesson. And what this means is that the group is involved in the study of the content and the delivery, the development of a particular aspect of a curriculum and the delivery of the curriculum. And we can look at this diagrammatically. It starts off with the lesson study group having meetings, and this is about preparing the study lesson, which can involve research by the individual group members into strategies, approaches and resources to be used in that lesson. Then there's the implementation of that lesson by one member of the group, followed by a reflection and improvement meeting. This is where the group come together and discuss and reflect on the delivery of that lesson. And this may then lead to a second implementation where changes may be made to the lesson by the group, and these are implemented. And then that's again followed by another reflection session where some record may be kept. So the lesson plan forms the backbone of the study lesson. The lesson plan supports the study lesson process by serving as a teaching tool. It provides a script, a very well-defined script for the individual teacher to follow in terms of activities and resource use in a lesson. The lesson plan as a backbone for the study lesson also supports the teacher as a communication tool. It conveys to the other members of the group the thinking behind the content and the way the teachers are implementing the planned lesson. And as the backbone of lesson study, the lesson plan is also an observation tool. Those in the group observing the study lesson will use the lesson plan as a guide to reflect and to observe how the lesson is being observed. And so altogether this process is very collaborative, very systematic, and can lead to high levels of reflection and development.